Hello and welcome to the Quantum Empowerment Show. My name is Christopher Moeller. I'm your host, the Quantum Empowerment Coach and Holistic Therapist.
Hello and welcome to the first episode in 2019. Today I'm going to talk to you about our plans moving forward because we are shifting how we're doing things a bit. The format we were trying to use last year didn't work out. People had a lot of schedule conflicts, and so we are dropping the local class and just going purely online with our classes at the moment, because there's too many people around the world in too many different time zones to try to coordinate even live events that well. We will probably do some, but a majority of the work is going to be in the more traditional online school format of audio and video and documentation. That being said, we have been doing a lot of work when it comes to discussions and interviews over the years that we have not put out publicly yet. The editing has been slow, but we are moving in a good direction. And so we are going to be releasing a number of recordings, mostly in audio format because we don't typically have the video equipment around when a discussion or class starts. As a coach, I primarily do things on the spot with my students who need very specific information and are dealing with very specific life issues. And so, depending on what the subject is, I just go in and give everything off the top of my head as it flows intuitively. And that's what we're going to be doing with this. There are a number of interviews that have been done with various different people. We may or may not do brief introductions to their background, who they are, what their area of expertise is, or many areas quite often. But there will be at least some information about that, if only done in more of the traditional video interview, news interview format. The curriculum is a hodgepodge materials from a lot of different experts around the world, including a lot of those that I've been learning from, my trainers, my mentors, my inspirers, various experts in various different fields from around the world, whether they be scientific or spiritual, whether they be more traditional, or whether they be very intuitive and out of the box. And we're going to be discussing a lot of different subjects. No subject is taboo, in case you haven't noticed, with what we cover when it comes to our research on the Quantum Empowerment Channel playlists. We look at everything. We look at the truth of everything. Doesn't matter what the source is. It doesn't matter what the subject is. Doesn't matter what people commonly think about it, because most people don't have a clue about a lot of those more controversial subjects. Most people believe what they're taught to believe and don't go outside of that. And that is very much not the way that an intelligent person does things, and definitely not the way that I do them. But I've learned from unusual people. So, there's going to be a lot of interviews and discussions coming up. When it comes to the more traditional educational format, that has been proven not to work very well, and so don't expect a lot of that. There will be some presentations that are more of a point-by-point PowerPoint presentation that is voiceovered, but a lot of it is going to be on-the-fly audio and video discussions based on whatever's going on at the time. They will be organized into subject as we get them more formatted into curriculum, but in order to get this information out as quickly as we can, that is not going to be the primary format that we're releasing them in. We're initially going to release them as low edit videos on the YouTube channel, even if there isn't much video to it, even if it's just an audio recording and a picture or a series of pictures or background videos to keep your mind working in a specific way that helps you learn. There's a specific science to that I've studied for many years, and that we'll be using for this. But for the most part, It's going to just be a situational, fly by the seat of my pants kind of format of whatever comes up to address. And it seems to be quite enjoyable for people. I hope you have a lot of fun watching and learning. There will be a lot of the research videos that we've pulled together that will be addressed and discussed. Those are going to be very interesting. I hope to set up discussions fairly soon, starting that format as well. But this show is going to be a hodgepodge of all of that. It's not necessarily going to be in the traditional educational presentation format. It's just going to be a conglomerate of whatever we're doing at the time. I am now launching a new level of things, being asked to take things to a new level, and you're going to see a lot more work and a lot more depth to the work that I put out publicly. I've been taking a lot of time to clarify what I should and shouldn't put out publicly, and getting a team together to be able to do things much more stably. As you've probably noticed over the years, if you've been following us, things have been very unstable. I was dealing with a lot of my own limiting beliefs as to whether or not there are reliable people out there. Being trained in the entrepreneurial realm, I was trained with the belief system that if you want it done right, you do it yourself, among other limiting beliefs that were in my head that were very much interfering with my ability to manifest reliable people. And I have been doing a lot of self-work over the last few years and cleared a lot of that out, and have been manifesting a whole lot more honest and reliable people. And things are going quite nicely. So you will see that carry over into our work. These people want to help out, and I am training 2 teachers in training to help me with the coaching and training work. And I hope you enjoy what we have to come. I hope you're doing well. I know that this last year has been a bit crazy, and there's been a lot of turmoil, a lot of people going through a lot of lessons. If you've been following us over the years, I have talked a lot publicly, especially on Facebook, about there is no middle ground anymore. You are either on the side of the light or you are not. Those who were on the fence are not allowed to be on the fence anymore. People's lives are falling apart. People are getting more extreme. And either you are on the side of love and truth and light, or you're not. And that is being heavily hit. This world is a school, and we have come to the end of one grade and the beginning of a whole new phase. And there's a lot of weeding out going on, a lot of truth being put out publicly that wasn't in the public domain much before, and that people weren't taking seriously before, and now they're having to, because the lies that have created this corrupt system that we now are dealing with when it comes to the legal, political, and financial systems that we have been living by for a long time, which have been corrupted over the last century. You've probably heard me talk about that a little bit if you've been following some of our stuff. All of that is coming to light, and from seriously well-known people. There's a lot of experts from around the world coming together on a lot of different subjects, from science to spirituality to politics and law, that are putting the truth out there and proving it. Documentation is finally being pulled forward instead of just making claims. People are actually backing their claims up. People are actually able to do so. And so instead of a whole lot of rumor, you're actually getting real information. A lot more documentaries coming out about this stuff than used to. We've been collecting a lot of great scientific documentaries and history documentaries. If you look at our playlists on our YouTube channel, there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff there that's questionable. There are videos that have some good information, some not good information, and we do not recommend that you just watch this stuff and blindly believe what is said. As always, we recommend that you think for yourself, that you learn to develop your intuition so you can feel from your heart what is true and what is not based on your intuitive connection with the divine. or the universe, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter. What matters is that you learn to discern intuitively what is and what is not true. Because there's a lot of inaccuracies, there's a lot of inaccurate perspectives and theories out there that are simply going to lead you down the wrong path if you try to live by them. And as time goes on, as we create these episodes and these classes, we will address those issues. We will talk about the content of these videos and what is and what isn't accurate. And things that aren't in the video form. A lot of information out there in book and other format that isn't accurate, and new information that people don't know about that is absolutely fantastic. A lot of the troublesome scientific theories that were holding people back from learning about their full capabilities as intuitive multidimensional beings, proving that reality is not solid, that that's actually an illusion, and that it's all just the divine dream, divine hologram, divine matrix, whatever you want to call it, the energy reality. It's essentially non-substantial. It's not something that we truly actually touch. It's just an illusion. So there's a lot going on, a lot that's being put out, and we have a lot to talk about. A lot of information to sort, a lot of truth to put out there. And that is the primary purpose of all this, is to give you the truth which will set you free, not just spiritually, but also socially, politically, legally. You name it. There is a lot that needs to be understood in order for people to truly become free. We have a society of slavery and misinformation and misunderstanding, and that's why it's not working. That's why people are living very unhappy, lost, confused lives, and very lonely lives, because they don't understand how things really work. They don't even know how to listen and communicate very well, because we're not taught good skills anymore. So there's a lot of different areas of information we're going to be covering, and I look forward to talking and working with you and sharing this information with you. I wish you a wonderful rest of the week, and look forward to hearing from you. You're welcome to respond and give feedback through the contact form on our website once we get it back up and running again. Our web host has messed things up. If you've tried to look us up recently, you haven't been able to get a hold of us. Our email accounts were down for a little while. There's been a lot of mess ups in that arena, and we may be switching hosting companies soon if they don't get it together. I'm going to give them one last chance, and if they mess it up again, I'm going to find another company to work with, because it's been a little ridiculous. But everything happens for a reason. There's a lot of growth that's come from this. I'm probably going to be getting a team together and redesigning our website to be better cross-platform compatible, being able to work on cell phones and PDAs and all that stuff. So, a lot of change, a lot of good change, a lot of progress being made. And I hope that's the same for you personally. If not, I hope we can facilitate that. You take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you for watching and listening. This video is produced by Digital Media Magic, the magic of the silver screen, bringing you education and empowerment. If you would like more information about our organization, our projects, you can go to www.qealliance.com and check out Digital Media Magic under the media category, our links to our YouTube channel and other social media websites, and find out a bit more about our different projects and what all we do in the world. You're welcome to join in our community. If you like to hear about this kind of information and share information and cooperate in various different endeavors which will benefit mankind on all levels, you're welcome to join the Quantum Empowerment community on our Facebook page, again in the link section of our website. I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Namaste.